This is Mr. Kamotho. Maths with Ease is my YouTube channel, and in this question, I want us to look at significant figures, and we are told that write these numbers correct to two significant figures. Of course, there are two things that we have to put in mind. One, significant figures is the first non-zero number from the left, or the first significant figure is the first non-zero number from the left. That is point number one. Point number two, for us to write a number into two significant figures, we have to look at the third significant figures. Whether it is 5 or more than 5, then it affects some changes to the second significant figure. And let us start. If you look at 0.001361, the first significant figure is 1. So if you are looking at, you want to write this number to two significant figures, we will have 1, 2, and then we look at the third one. The third significant figure in this case, it is 6, which is greater than 5, and therefore it makes 3 to be rounded up by 1. That means what? In this case, we are having 0.0014. That is how we write part A to two significant figures. Part B, 0.00135. Again, the first significant figure is 1, the second significant figure is 3, and the third significant figure, which we must consider, is now the 5. And you realize that since 5 is greater than or equals to 5, it means that it is going to affect now the second significant figure in such that it is going to be rounded up to 4. So even the answer to part B is exactly the same as the answer to part A. So we have 0.0014. Let us now look at part C. Part C, we have 0.001349, the first significant figure, the second significant figure, and therefore we consider the third. And since 4 is less than 5, it does not affect the 3. The 3 will not be rounded up. It will remain exactly the way it is. So the answer to part C is 0.0013. And that is just the answer to how we can explain that example. And we are okay. I think I should be able to join this example with example 18 in the same video because they are short questions, both of them. Two decimal places. Write these numbers to two decimal places. The decimal places is, of course, how should we write these numbers to two decimal places? For decimal places, we count after the decimal point, going from left to right. Rounding up or down follows the same rule as we have used in significant figures. And the question, or rather example 18, is write these numbers correct to two decimal places. We look at, if we want to write it into two decimal places, we look at the third figure in the third decimal place. For example, this one is the first decimal place, the second decimal place, and since that is the accuracy, we look at the third. And the third is 6, and 6 is actually greater than 5, so it is going to affect the second decimal place, and the answer is going to be 7.14. That is it. Look at part B, 0.135, first decimal place, second decimal place, and the one in the third decimal place is a 5, which is actually equals to 5, and it is going to affect the digit 3, which is in the second decimal place, and we are going to round it up to 4, and therefore it's going to be 0.14. I look at now this one, 0.03. The one in the second decimal place is 3, and the one in the third decimal place is 4. As far as decimal places are concerned, we are going to consider this 0 because it is in the first decimal place, this one, and then followed by 3 in the second decimal place, and the one in the third decimal place is 4. And since 4 is less than 5, it does not affect the 3, so the answer is going to be 0.03, and that is just like it. And as you look at it, now we have the answers to the 2 questions. Let us meet in the next video. Thank you.